I know that the skills that I have obtained in writing my book will be able to help me to relate with other people despite their English barriers, and just to help other people see that they can turn their uniqueness into greatness.
So you have written a book called Aily, Turn Your Uniqueness Into Greatness. So I want to know, what inspired you to write this book?
Growing up, I was bullied for my love for reading and writing. I had to learn who I was, to have self-confidence and to have self-esteem. And I created this book so that I could be able to share the lessons that I learned, so that young people and women who never had the opportunity to find out who they were can read my book and they can see that there is potential. And even though 59% of people have low self-esteem, it's important that even when they read a book, they're able to see that they never went through it alone.
It would be interesting to know why you decided to pursue your studies after writing the book, and maybe what advice you would give to students who are looking to follow a similar path.
For me, reading and writing are hobbies. It's something that I do when I'm stressed, when I've had a bad day. And so it was never going to disturb my studies in the first place. And so the reason why I chose to continue with my studies is because that was always the plan. The plan was always to be a lawyer and be an author, because neither of the two are going to disturb me from achieving those two things. And even with writing Aily, when I wrote it, I knew that I could go forward in my law studies because it would help me to help people around the world. Even though I'm a lawyer, I'll still be an author, and people would be inspired to see that they cannot just choose one, but they can choose two ways and two paths to lead.
What personal experiences do you have, either as a child or while growing up, that you brought into this book?
When I was growing up, I had this thing where I felt like I had to be in a group. I was different from many other girls. I would like writing, I would like reading, and many girls wouldn't like doing such a thing. And so that personal experience made me believe that I was weak, I wasn't enough, because many people want to feel like they have a place where they could be themselves. But there are those people who just don't have anywhere they could fit in. And so that personal experience, I poured it into this book so that other young people can see that they are not alone. Because when you go through such a thing, you believe that you're the only person who doesn't have people to walk with. But in fact, we are all together and we're all struggling with the same thing, but we can conquer it.
What would you say is a key message that your book gets across to people who haven't read your book before or are quite interested in reading it?
The key message is really just to show people around the world that even though you're different from someone who's next to you, that doesn't mean that you're weak, but it means that you're strong.
And finally, how do you believe your experience as an author will shape your academic journey, not only at the college, but also at university, in your career and beyond that?
I always believed I would write Aily at the age of 35, and I believe that having this experience of being an author has helped me in my university journey. I'm able to articulate well, to write my assignments, and time management as well. And even as I go to university, as I'm progressing, I know that the skills that I have obtained in writing my book will be able to help me to relate with other people despite their English barriers, and just to help other people see that they can turn their uniqueness into greatness.